Kuzads with the 10. What's up, man? Steven with the 10. What's up, bro? Dark NRG with the 5. What's going on, bro? Appreciate you. Yellowstone with the 5. I see you, bro. Holy shit. Let me just tell y'all something. Why didn't I stream yesterday? To be clear, I could have streamed yesterday. Listen, I didn't even work on my writings. I'm going to be fucking honest. Yesterday, I woke up. For the past 2 days, Dan Cohen's crash out. Not a big fucking deal. But I'll just tell you something. There's so many panicans. Panicans, like Trump calls them. Holy fuck, yesterday I'm being bombarded. My phone is blowing up with panic. Panic. And I'm just going to fucking spill the beans and say it. People fucking panicking over Jackson in Iran saying down with the USA. I shit you not. I shit you not. There was a whole flurry of panic that was like universally felt over fucking nothing. Okay? Like Jackson in Iran saying down with USA was nowhere near as bad as him going to Yemen and telling U.S. soldiers to fucking lay down their arms. Okay? But holy fuck, so many people care about this and are freaking. I saw that clip of Jackson and I'm like, I thought it was funny, actually. But a lot of people are, oh, you can't. Bro, you're in the fucking Communist Party. What do you fucking think? You're in the Communist Party. Orville, if you're not breaking any laws, then what the fuck is your problem? No laws are being broken. If you're not fucking breaking any, what's your issue? We don't ask you to do anything illegal. You don't do anything illegal. Neither do we. But there's no risk you have. What the fuck could happen to you? Nothing. It's so fucking stupid. It's like people are being retarded, and my phone is getting blown up because my job is to calm people down. Well, you know what? Let me tell you something. I'm a grown-ass man. My job is not to assuage grown-ass adults and tell them how to... So you know what I do? I fucking ignore it. I was getting so stressed out and so overloaded with bullshit yesterday that I decided to turn my fucking phone off, went into the fucking studio, and I like to listen to music to soothe my nerves, calm my nerves. So I started kind of cooking. Yesterday, I just woke up. I saw this bullshit on my phone. I just put the phone. I said, I don't got to deal with this shit. I don't even get paid a salary right now in the party. For those of you that are doing the sustainer thing, I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much, but I'm not taking any of that yet. So I'm just kind of thinking like, all right, look, I'm a grown-ass man. I don't need time to be like tripping about bullshit. And so instead of actually, of course I'm checking my phone for important stuff. Yeah, obviously I can't totally see doing what I do. I can't totally tune out. It's not I'm not allowed to have a permanent vacation. But what I decided to fucking do is ignore the fuck out of everyone. Turn on Suno Studio. The Studio one is not the same one. It's not AI slop. It's all manual. You get the stems. You do it all manually, right? And I just fucking tuned it out and fucking ignored it. Turned the fucking studio on. And I shit you not, I was on my laptop from like 12 p.m. to 1 a.m. yesterday. Today, I was on it from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. Today and yesterday, I skipped the gym. You know how much I got autistically locked into this shit. I got autistically locked in. Because I don't like bullshit. So if I have to tune bullshit out, people need to understand, don't press my buttons. Don't try to stress me out. You can't stress me out. I'll just fucking leave and become a DJ. That's what I'll fucking do. Do you understand? Don't fucking... No. Calm the fuck down. I don't have to deal with that. I'm a grown-ass man. I got to deal with bullshit. I don't got to deal with irrational ass shit. If you have something rational to tell me, be rational about it. You want to hit me up about some rational ass shit, do it. But I'm not a fucking feelings wrangler, okay? It's not my fucking job to just attend to everyone's fucking random wild moods and feelings. So there were some people that were freaking out over Jackson. I'm telling you, freaking out. And this song is my response. Like, this is my vibe. Don't fuck with my vibe because I don't give a fuck. I'll go become a DJ, bitch. So let me play to you this fucking masterpiece of a song, which I already have a cruder version that I made yesterday. It's on Spotify right now. Infrasound on Spotify. But this is the full version of the song, which I finished today finally. It's not AI slop. I went in there by hand. Every verse, every melody, it all lined up. It took me hours, okay? Every single fucking thing to make this shit. Coming up with verses and lyrics is not fucking easy. Structuring it is even fucking harder. I'll just tell you that, right? And yeah, I used AI to assist in generating stuff, but then I have to go in and tear it apart and fucking manually touch everything. So this is I love AI art because this is the golden Stalin. I'm doing a golden Stalinist work, okay? It's like most people make, whoever calls this burger music, I hate you forever. I'm blocking you. I'm banning you. I don't ever want to see you again. When this shit plays in the club, you're not allowed in the club. When I'm going to go viral as fuck from this shit on Spotify. Just wait. This shit is going viral as fuck. I made that shit. Nobody had a hand in making that shit except me. Any hater talking shit on this, I'm literally gonna, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make millions from this shit, and then I'm gonna mail elephant shit at your door. 10, 20 packages of elephant shit at your door. All right? Because you could do that, apparently. When I was in high school, you could. I just want to tell y'all, I've been cooking with this shit. Oh my God, it's so good. It's like the first time, I want to tell you the first version of this. This is what I made yesterday. I want to tell you how I modified it. So I made it like this yesterday.
They're coming soon. Don't wait for me. They're coming soon. Don't wait for me. They're coming soon.
Bro, why does my beard make it look like I don't got teeth? All right? Who the fuck is yelling at me? Hold on. There we go. It's better than nothing.
Don't wait for me. Don't wait for me. Don't wait for me.
Bro, I'm going to tell you the type of person Haz al-Din is. What all these people are panicking, even in the middle, you know the Pirates of the Caribbean where there's that 3-ship battle and there's cannons and shit? Even in the middle of bombs dropping and shit, always understand I'm a Buddhist. This is my vibe. I don't give a fuck.
They're coming soon. Don't wait for me. They're coming soon. Don't wait for me. They're coming soon. Don't wait for me.
So this shit I made yesterday, I was in love with it. I thought that was going to be a viral hit, right? Like, what a blessed, beautiful song that is. That's a summer, don't wait for me. It's so good. But then today, I kept thinking in my head, how do I make it better? How do I make it better? So I started cooking in the studio again. It took me 7-9 hours, okay? Because I designed this beat myself. This whole beat, I made it myself. I designed this shit myself. I made the lyrics fit like that myself. Manually. Maybe there's a more efficient way to do it. I did this shit by hand, all right? All right, let me tell you what I did today to perfect it. The song's name is Strange Sunrise. That's what I named it, Strange Sunrise. The lyrics are very intentional. They're very whatever. I'm going to show you. This is the final thing. And then there's remixes and there's a slowed version. I uploaded all 3 to Spotify on one album. Let me show you this one. This shit is so good. You have no idea how good this shit is, all right? It's like how getting the verses, just to make the AI sing it the right way, each verse, you're talking about 30 different tries, which takes a long time, okay? Because it's fucking up 99 out of 100 times, it fucks up everything. So I'm going in there manually making this shit perfect, okay? Because I'm a chef. Look at me, I'm a chef. I'm cooking. I'm like Gordon Ramsay. I have that magic touch. I have that taste. This shit is a summer. This is early 2000s nostalgia. I've been to Turkey. In Turkey, they be playing this shit at the nightclubs, at the hookah bars. I'm going to tell y'all, this shit, anybody who says this is bad, you are not allowed in the club. You're not allowed I'm going to become a fucking DJ. That's how crazy this is. This is what happens when you provoke me to stress. I'm going to shut the fuck down. I'm going to turn my phone off. And I'm going to just do some... By the way, it wasn't intentional. I'm going to be honest. Yesterday, I was like, all right, let me decompress, listen to some music. And then I just started playing around in Suno Studio, teaching me how to use it, teaching myself how to use it. Because I tried Suno Studio like a week ago, and I was like, this is too complex. I don't want to deal with this. So yesterday, I finally was like, okay, I'm going to try. And then I was like, okay, 20 more minutes. Well, I started at like 12 p.m. and then the last 20 minutes was 1 a.m. I was like, fuck. I kept looking at the clock. I'm like, I'll go to the gym and then I'll stream. Don't worry. I'll go to the gym, then I'll stream. Don't worry. I'll go to the stream, then I'll stream. Don't worry. I got fucking locked in. I'm like autistically addicted to this shit. Like it's like a passion. I actually have a passion for this. All right. I love music so much. I've always wanted to make my own music because I listen to music and I'm like, I know how to make that better. So I want to show you, listen to the lyrics very carefully. I want you to listen. This is an absolute vibe. Such a beautiful song. 10 out of 10 song, really. I'm going to try to, you know what? I'm going to have a female artist. I'm going to find a singer. I'm going to have her sing this shit. I'm going to recreate this shit manually. This shit going to go viral as fuck. Don't wait for me. You have no idea. This shit, you can hear it on the radio. When I first listened to this shit, I was like, I feel like I heard this shit before. I feel like this is a song that's already out there.
They're coming soon. Don't wait for me. They're coming soon. Don't wait for me. They're coming soon. Don't wait for me. Start of the years I had given away to a day that never came. All of the mornings I barely remembered, all of the evenings the same. I had lived as though the real life was hidden somewhere farther on, as though this world were only a shadow of another one. All that time I was waiting for the world to begin, while the stars kept returning to where they had always been. All that time I was waiting for the world to begin, for a better, while the tide came and went and came back again.
Look how smooth that is. I made that shit happen.
I lingered alone in the distance, and the night opened wider quietly. I watched till the sea and the sky were one color, till nothing could tell where the water withdrew. Only the clouds passing the wind and leaving it clear. And then the strangest thought that maybe the distance had never been real, how far it could wander before it was seen. Let it be, let it be. Let it be, so just let it be.
So angelic, that shit's beautiful.
Never close to coming. And I knew
Y'all hear that those layered vocals? AI cannot do that. AI can't do that. Only the chef in the kitchen can do that shit. I have to intentionally make sure it lines up. Every single one, every single verse, I made it. Every single one. Not just the verse. I had to make sure it sounded the right way. Its inflection is going in the right way. You have no idea how much, what it takes to cook. You have no idea.
I could stop waiting without knowing what came next. All that time I was waiting for the world to begin. All the stars kept their courses and slowly turned again. Oh, that's more uncertain for some higher sign, while the night kept opening slowly, 1 hour at a time. And somehow I was no longer waiting for one.
The best part's coming.
Cool, the roofs went silver, the horizon cleared one. One by one, the stars grew faint without saying goodbye. And I watched the oldest light leave the morning sky. I had imagined there would be some great feeling when I finally let it go. A sudden freedom and sound in the heavens, something I would know. Now when evening settles on the coast, I stay till the lights come on. And nothing more could
such a good part. I'm gonna sample that shit. Listen, I didn't even begin mixing this shit, all right? I'm gonna end it there. So you guys heard the mix in the beginning. This is the first mix I made.
Don't wait for me.
I added some drums. Just very light stuff. I can make it some crazy type of shit. Guys, listen, if I had another like 16 hours, I can make it even better, but I don't have that time. I have to actually fucking finish my shit that I gotta do. But I want to tell you guys something. Bro, I'm gonna be honest. When I was so proud of it when I finished it, I messaged Jackson. I'm like, bro, this is a hit. This is a hit. I'm not talking to Jackson anymore. You want to know why? Because what he said, he goes, it's okay. What the fuck are you talking about? That's okay. Do I have AI psychosis now? This shit's a banger. This shit bangs. Fuck you mean it's okay? Rocksoft, what's up? Jackson goes, it's okay. Bro, what the fuck are you talking about? Guys, listen, this song, I love it so much because it's like, you know what it reminds me of? My childhood. It reminds me of my childhood, that early 2000s world music, African, Afro-futuristic vibes, early 2000s, Halo 2, Old Mombasa, the second mission of Halo 2, Halo 3, where it takes place in Africa or whatever. It's like Far Cry 2 type of shit. It's like, just like that African type of shit. You know what I mean? This is Afro house, a little bit Afro-Arab house type of shit. This shit, it just goes hard as fuck. Like, I don't know what to tell you, but I've been listening to this shit for 12 hours. So I have AI psychosis now, you know? And, I can make bangers now on, Suno. I can make bangers. Halo 2. I didn't actually grow up with Halo 2. When I was like a really young kid, I played it, but, I know that mission. I know the vibes. All right. You need a real singer? Bro, I made cyber psychosis, AI psychosis. Maybe, honestly, I've been feeling like mentally like loopy because I've been listening to music so much on repeat. I went for a walk yesterday at like 1 a.m., right? And I was like, I'm going to have to go on a walk again tonight, by the way. But I went on a walk at like 1 a.m. And then I was like, bro, I can't even walk straight. Like, I feel like I have psychosis. But if I lock in on something, I'm gonna autistically finish that shit for sure. But I just wanted to share with you guys. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all are blessed. I just blessed y'all ears, and y'all are seeing history right now because that shit will go viral unless the CIA sabotages me, which is quite likely actually. No, listen, this shit. So good. By the way, some idiot in my chat, they go, come on, Haas, it has nothing to do with communism. Yeah, because I should make the lyrics, Stalin, Mao, communism, Pol Pot, revolution, Che Guevara. Can you listen? How about you listen to some normal ass shit? Even Pol Pot. They had to listen to normal music eventually. After Pol Pot was done in the fields, he had to go back to his home and listen to something, all right? We get it. We're doing it. We get it. That's what Pol Pot was saying. He was like, okay, we get it. We're doing it. I'm literally chairman of the ACP, all right? Communism is my whole life, okay? I don't need to... By the way, it is communist. The music is. If you listen... You have to listen to the lyrics very carefully, actually. Because the lyrics, they're dark, Marxist, esoterica type lyrics. Look, guys, listen. It's called Infrasound. The song is called Strange Sunrise, okay? Strange Sunrise. Think about what that means. It's about a strange sunrise. It's about a world that's not recognizable. It's about a strange sunrise. There's even one verse that mentions a red star. But y'all didn't pick that up because y'all don't have ears made of gold like I do, okay? Anyway, I love this song, but guys, don't play it anymore. You're going to overplay it. I don't want you to overplay it. By October, when we're at the convention, when I see you guys in person, by the time I do, this is like summer music. This is for the summer. So we have to pocket this and save it for summer 2027. This shit's going to go viral as fuck, but I have to make shit for fall, you know, for the convention or whatever. I like this music. Honestly, I like it. I was listening to it all day today when it was finished. So I made the best song. So you went live just to talk about your song. I'm being completely transparent with you. This is what I've been doing for the past 2 days. Because when I get overloaded with bullshit, it's almost a threat. I'm basically threatening everyone, saying, I'll just go fucking be a DJ. I'll go be a DJ and be successful at being a DJ. Don't you dare try to fucking chew on my ballsack and stress me the fuck out over stupid bullshit. That's what I don't want to hear, is stupid bullshit. Okay? Discombobulation. Everybody calm the fuck down. Holy fuck, you'd think you're being shot at with missiles or something. Oh, Jackson is saying down with USA. Who gives a fuck? Oh, but it's not good. Bro, I feel like some people don't even care about, like, the scrutiny from feds. Which, by the way, I'm the one under investigation. But in any case, they just, like, are bothered ideologically by what Jackson said. Psychologically, they're still, like, attached to the idol that is the USA. It's like you're not confident in being an American. You're just, like, attached to this version of America that's so superficial, where if someone says down with USA, it triggers you instinctually. You know, if that, you know, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to let you get it as a secret. If everyone agreed with socialist patriotism on the US left, and I came onto the scene in 2021, I would have probably just become a troll and just trolled the fuck out of everybody like the way I did. But what's up? I would have just trolled the fuck out of everybody and been on that Death to America shit. Just to troll them. Just to provoke them. You know what I mean? It's like, the reason I leaned on the patriotism stuff a lot of the ways, it's really because I'm trying to challenge. I'm trying to provoke. I'm trying to bombard the headquarters, so to speak, right? And you have to draw out the contradictions in the complacency, in the stupidity of the American left. But in any case, I don't know what the fuck Tame Impala is. I don't give a fuck about any of the music you guys know about. My music is the best in the world. It's not inspired by anything except vibes that come from my own soul. So don't compare my music to some random bullshit that has nothing to do with me, okay? Bourgeois music. You are a LARPer. LARP! 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 LARP alert! LARP alert! LARP alert! We got a LARPer on the loose! LARPer on the loose! Are you talking about Tame Impala? Do you guys realize we live in a post-bourgeois civilization? Did you not come up? Did that not, like, do you not realize that yet? You know, mass politics equals proletarian politics. You know that mass culture equals proletarian culture, right? You know that mass civilization is just the transition from the capitalist to the socialist mode of production Marx talked about. We already live in a proletarianized civilization. Our institutional superstructure is bourgeois, for sure, but culture itself has become proletarianized. Even luxury, it's, dare I say it, Gucci is bourgeois, I agree, as an institution, as a brand. Gucci is bourgeois. But the consumerism over Gucci is proletarian in a way, because it's a mass commodity. It's like mass consumerism. The mass element equals the from a scientific perspective of the sociological and structural changes that accompany the shift in the relations of production from the capitalist to the socialist mode of production leads to the reality of the mass element becoming a factor in the defining of civilization. And we live in a proletarian civilization already, basically, right? So, you know, it's paradoxical to say that because there's so many things about our civilization that's rotten. But the rotten aspects come from our own inability to accept this fact. The rottenness and degeneracy comes from the fact that we're not willing to embrace the death of the bourgeois civilization, the death of the bourgeois era of history. And so we're being punished with debt and with degeneracy and all depravity and stuff because we're unable to settle into this new era of the proletariat. We're unable to adapt into it. We're unable to settle into it. We're not unable to embrace the new era because the gatekeepers of an older era, the Epsteins and others, they are punishing humanity for having departed from the... Like, Alexander Kojev talks about this shit. Alexander Kojev talks about this shit. Okay? He absolutely talks about it, all right? Your AI songs have a unique vibe. You know what? Fuck you. It's not AI music. If it's not... If the level of work I put into this, you can't say it's AI. You can say, okay, I mean, everything's AI then. You know, it's so stupid. Someone told me, why are you using Peter Thiel's... You've got a talent for turning AI into something that sounds original. Listen, I was waiting for AI technology because I know people do it all by hand with the MIDIs and all. I gotta deal with that shit. I don't want to deal with it. But this is my problem. AI is great. You can make great art with AI, but you have to put in work. People somehow think you don't have to work anymore. You don't have to put effort into it and have painfulness. They're trying to eliminate the factor of pain. No, you can make great things with AI as long as you actually do it with intentionality. You have to mix manual with AI. Why is everyone a fucking extremist? Either they're anti-AI or they're fucking AI sloppers. They slop. You know, AI slop is a consequence of laziness, right? Meaning if you fucking put hours and hours of work into it, you can make amazing things with AI tools. You can make really cool things. And, you know, bro got ChatGPT and Ox. You know, you are literally probably a ChatGPT. Type 1 in the chat so I know you're human. Twitch in a nutshell. You're literally a botted viewer that's put in here to talk that shit. Not you. I know you guys aren't bots. This one person talking that shit. You're literally AI. That's an AI. Look. Yeah, look. You can't compare this to AI slop. There's a lot of intentionality and work that went into it. I could easily, I'm not like y'all. I could easily just say, Suno, make me this song with these lyrics, and then have it shit some shit out, and then roll with that. But I'm a perfectionist. I go in and I know this is not the right way. This is not the thing I want. This is not the right one. This is not the right... When it says this at this... You notice in that song, every single verse is a blessing to your ears. If you listen to it again when it's on Spotify, which it probably will be tomorrow morning, you listen to it, every single verse is a blessing to your ears. Okay? Every single one. Every single one. You can't do that with just AI by itself. You have to go in. You have to break down the stems. You have to specifically isolate the vocals, change them to make them perfect. And that's what I've done, okay? And I'm very proud of it because it's even, you know why I'm proud of it? Because even if I'm the only person in the world who likes it, I just made myself a banger-ass song that's going to be in my playlist, and whenever I'm fucking in my car and it's sunny and shit, I'm going to be playing this shit. I'm straight vibing to this shit. Bro, this is literally a bot in my this is literally a bot in my chat. Twitch in a nutshell. Bro, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here, man. I do not like that shit. Literally a bot. Get the fuck out. That's crazy how the bot can react to the stream. That's fucking crazy. But, bro, that song is just so... I love the background when it's like... Just one more time. I want to show you that part where it just goes... It's like the gorillas in the background in the jungle yelling that shit. Let me show you this shit.
They're coming soon. Don't wait for me. They're coming soon. Don't wait for me. They're coming soon. Don't wait for me. The thought of the years I had given away to a day that never came. All of the mornings I barely remembered, all of the evenings the same. I had lived as though the real life was hidden somewhere farther on.
Is music haram? I don't give a fuck if it is or not.
As though this world were only a shadow of another one.
As though this world were only a shadow of another one. Think about that shit. It's literally red Gnosticism, okay? You understand? I'm there's intentionality in this shit, okay?
All that time I was waiting for the world to begin. While the stars kept returning to where they had always been. All that time I was waiting for the world to begin. For a better while the tide came and went and came back again. One red star lingered alone in the distance, and the night opened wider quietly. I watched till the sea and the sky were one color, till
y'all hear that shit in the background?
nothing could tell where the water withdrew. Only the clouds passing the wind and leaving it clear.
Y'all hear that? That's the gorillas in the background.
And then the strangest thought that maybe the distance had never been real. How far it could wander before it was seen.
This is music for an Islam-themed McDonald's. You know how I feel like? Right? I feel like that Iraqi Sunni chef when Shias kept calling in and like shit talking for some reason on his cooking show. And he was cooking in his kitchen. He was being patient. He's like, by Allah, you Shia scum, I fucking hate you. You'll be sorted out with, don't worry. So you get the pasta here, and they keep calling in, and he's like keeping his composure, but he just has this hatred as these people provoke him with increasing, provocations. And that's how I feel. This is a good song. I like it. Even if I'm the only person in the world that likes it, I just added a song that would not exist had I not made it. You know how fucking obsessed I am with music? Anytime I find a banger, I'm like, this shit bangs. And I add it to the playlist. And I just found another one that would not exist had it not been for me. You know how good that feels? I made that shit. Yesterday, I let the gorillas preview it. They go, it's a team effort. We? Y'all ain't do shit to make this masterpiece. I was cooking in the kitchen, making this shit by myself. From my taste. I'm taking that shit. Nobody made that but me. They're like, we made this. Fuck you talking about we made this. Yeah, everyone, I was talking about how I'm going to make 10 million from that one I made yesterday. They're like, oh yeah, we're hella getting rich from. We? I'm going to tell y'all what. This shit will go viral as fuck. I'm going to be on my yacht. I'm going to be listening to this shit. I'm going to be listening to this shit on the yacht. I'm going to be in Africa. I'm going to be in Zanzibar or some shit. I'm going to be off the coast. I'm going to be in Madagascar or some shit, right? Tropical ass, Afro futuristic vibes with the palm trees. It's going to be sunset. It's going to be vibes as fuck. Shrel Stanley, what's up? And I'm inviting everyone in the community on the yacht, right? But understand this. Everyone in the community is coming on the yacht, right? So everyone's going to be like, oh, Haas is chill. Bygones are bygones. And then when we're in the middle of the ocean, we're going to line up every single person who talks shit about that song. Every single person who didn't like the song, who said it was bad, who said it was burger music, including Jackson, by the way. He's going to be among these people. And we're feeding them to the sharks. And we're pushing them. We're going to push them off, and they're going to be fed to the sharks in the middle of the ocean. And while that's happening, this is what's going to be playing.
Let it be, let it be.
Let it be.
Just let it be. Maybe the world was never asleep, never closed, never asleep. And I knew I could stop waiting.
Okay, base populist needs to go to jail. Like, what the fuck? Kill those who hate the AI song. I mean, that's really crazy, you know? That's really crazy, you know? That's really crazy, you know?
Coming soon.
Do it for me.
They're coming soon.
Don't wait for me.
They're coming soon.
Don't wait for me. By the way, it's on Instagram too. You can look up Infrasound Sunrise on Instagram. There's already one song that's up. The other 3 are coming, probably tomorrow or tonight. Who knows when it's done uploading. My Uber driver was playing this song last night. You know, Sabzi, I hope you go to jail on some disgusting ass shit that you're saying. There's no song in the world that sounds like that shit I just made. There's not a single song in the entire world. There's not a single. You know what? Y'all want to play with me. Y'all want to play with me. Okay. This is the song y'all like. The song y'all like. You know how it goes? Back off, I'll take you on. I know I'll take on anyone. I know that you are strong. This is now. Yeah, hell yeah, brother. That you belong. Y'all wear that bandana and you go, back off, I'll take you on. I know I'll take on anyone. I know that you are wrong. This is now where you belong. Y'all are the type that you don't even like to listen to females sing. Y'all like listening to a man sing at you. Y'all straight up be in your headphones at the gym and it's some dude singing to you like a serenading you. That's the type of shit y'all listen to. Y'all in the gym, y'all be listening to straight up men singing in your ear. Y'all be in the gym. Oh, but they're talking about tough guy stuff. Okay. See, a song should be sung by a woman, okay? It should be sung by a woman. Why do I don't want to think of some sweaty man when I'm listening to my music. I don't want to think of some sweaty man that isn't. I'm already a sweaty man. You understand? They say, Haas, why do you always put female vocalists? I don't know, because I don't. Because why? Because it's weird. Why would I have a man sing a song like this, right? It's just unfathomable. You're talking about the Red Army Choir. It's okay, but it's like you're so out of context listening to that. Talking about burger music. It's like, look, y'all being corny and LARPing, all right? Can you make a Kurt Cobain version? You know, sometimes y'all, what you listen to is some stupid ass bullshit, you know? I'm a melody guy. I like melody in my music because all music is about melody, actually. I'm gonna teach you something about music. All music is actually about melody, okay? All music is about melody. And the music that has broken melodies or incomplete melodies, it's a sign of that you have problems. It's a sign that you are a incomplete person. It's a sign that you're the type. You're a panican. No wonder you guys are panicans. Not all of you, but those among you who are panicans, it's no surprise you're a panican because you lack Islam. You lack completeness. You lack even what the Buddhists have. You lack this inner completeness. You have this internal brokenness. This is why you listen to music that goes. That's why you listen to that. See, a complete person, he listens to music like, or she. Women women are more complete than men. Actually, it's the truth. Women are more complete than men. If you notice, every woman in the world, she has more of an inner peace than a man has. She has more of a sense of, tell me, who is it easier to be single, a man or a woman? Of course, it's a woman, actually. You may be shocked. Of course, it's easier for a woman to be single. They did a study. When a woman is unmarried, her life expectancy increases. When a man is single, it decreases. So women are more complete, right? More. I'm not saying they are completely complete, but they're more complete, right? So if you listen to music that women listen to, it complements a completeness, right? It's an inner peace. It's completeness, but real one, not a fake one. Yeah, it's cringy when it's attempting to be complete, but it just doesn't work. I listen to anime openings, okay. And you're not subscribed. That's incredible. Okay, joined December 6, 22, followed since October 31st, 2023. Buddy, you're on thin ice. You're on thin ice. And this is the only thing you've typed. This is the only thing you ever typed in my chat. And you've been here for 3 years, watching me for 3 years. I feel like I should ban you, but I kind of feel bad. 3 years is crazy, okay? What about 6 9? Look, guys, there's a time and place for everything. There's a time and place. I'm going to be honest. There's a time and place for everything. Like, for example, in a collective setting, yeah, I agree. Hip-hop is better. I don't want to be in the car with y'all listening to this music that I think is beautiful, right? I would rather listen to some shit that goes hard. I agree. But I'm talking about music you listen to by yourself. Should be beautiful music. That's all I'm saying. When you're by yourself. Minister, what's up? You just gave him a sub. Holding out for a hero from Shrek 2. That's crazy. It's like people just be saying anything. Anything. Wasn't there somebody in the Discord who wanted to debate me? Where? Oh, look, it looks like there is. So first of all, there's a guy named Twitch. Twitch will debate me first. Yo.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry for the AI prompts. English isn't my first language.
Okay. What is your first language?
Georgian?
Speak Georgian.
Gamajoba Katveliva.
That's not your first language, though. Because you saying it with a twang. You're saying that with an English twang.
Do you speak Georgian?
Yeah?
What did I say to you then?
Huh?
What did I just say to you then?
You're talking about a cheese pide, essentially. Base
No, that's not
populace,
true,
what's
man.
up? Yeah.
I just asked. I said, hello, how are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm sorry, man.
Khachapuri, Shakashveli, Khachapuri, Shakashveli, Khachapuri, Tsibli, Khachapuri, Shakashveli. What'd I just say?
Key. You
What'd I
said
just say?
Khachapuri is very tasty and yummy.
I didn't even know what I was saying, so I only know I was saying Khachapuri, actually. The other thing, I just heard it. Anyway, go ahead. What do you want?
I just wanted to apologize. I wasn't trying to
That's
patronize
it?
you.
No debate?
Well, I don't have anything to debate about.
Okay, where's the other person? Someone else was in the queue. Platonic Doll. What a hideous, scary name. Unable to load the profile. I think they just left or they were banned or what? Left and deleted messages. What a scary, weird profile. Okay. So strange. So strange. Anyway, guys, I wanted to, I know I spent an hour talking about music alone. I actually have way more to talk about. But what can I say, guys? That's what I've been locked in doing for 2 days. And look, guys, this is a banger, certified banger, but I don't want to listen to it for another 2 days because it's stuck in my head now. I just gotta lock the fuck. I just gotta lock the fuck in. All right. Okay, so we have some news, Jackson. So, yeah, I can announce it publicly now, but if you're in the party, you already know. Chris is no longer with us. He has no longer been the international secretary as of last month. And the reason Chris decided to resign and step down was very simple. So, a video of him on RT surfaced on June 4th, where he said that he is pursuing a Russian citizenship, something along those lines. And Chris had been talking about how, he may actually have to step down from the party because in order to be a citizen of Russia, he can't be part of a foreign party or foreign organization, something like that, right? And, he ultimately made the decision that because he's living a life of exile, that he doesn't want to come back to the U.S. He has many roots or many connections abroad, family ones, other ones. And so, he made the decision that he was going to step down from the party. Which is what it is. It's a shame, but also, Chris is still friends with us. He still likes us. And there's nothing bad. There's no hard feelings, ultimately, everyone has to make a decision, and he feels like he has more roots abroad than here, which I don't necessarily blame him for, But no hard feelings. Jackson took his place and was appointed, so we basically didn't want to announce Chris's resignation without having announced who would take his place, Jackson, right? But what prompted us to quickly announce Jackson as the international secretary was a very simple thing. Chris, Libs of TikTok posted him saying ACP's international secretary is here, and he was next to a photo with Kill Trump or something. Some banner that said something like that. And we were like, well, I guess it's a good time to announce that he is no longer actually our international secretary. We've been holding off on announcing it because it's like, what, who cares, right? But yeah, we just thought it was a prescient time to make the announcement because of because of that photo he took. Some people are retarded. And 12-month subscriber. Join on and I just get it. You need to take a break. And this guy's crazy. Fucking crazy. It's been here for 2 years, says some crazy shit like that. I also want to say, guys, I could have been at that funeral too. In Iran, I could have gone. But I didn't go. But who in my shoes would have said no? You say I don't... Oh, Haas is this, Haas is that, he's a grifter. I didn't go because I knew it would... People are stressed, they're panicking. Trump just announced that he's cracking down on communism. So I turned it down. And I said no. Because people here are panicking and they're whatever. And I keep hearing this thing about how, well, we're going abroad too much. We're traveling abroad too many times, yada, yada, yada. I said, okay. It's not a big deal. I'm not upset about it. But that's why I said no. I said no because it's like, well, we have a lot here going on, right? National Congress is in October. Definitely would put the heat on me if I went to Iran, of all places. And, there's already heat on me, but in any case, I'm just a little busy for that, Just a little busy. So that's ultimately why I didn't go. But I could have. I certainly could have. It's not the best optics. See, that's who pisses me off is you piss me off. It's not the... Fuck you for saying it's not good optics. You piss me off. I don't like you. Like you're a pussy. Like you think I give a fuck? I walk with my nuts saying, you think I give a shit about your optics? Fuck off then. This isn't for you. Oh, it's not good optics. I feel like you're just projecting. Like, I saw Jackson in Iran. It's totally chill. Find tougher people. Have some thick fucking skin. Oh, it's not good optics because American patriotism. Dude, just shut the fuck up. A lot of people, they don't know, like, then why didn't you go? Because I didn't go because I'm busy. That's why. Because I have a lot to deal with here at home. That's why. Because I don't have time to deal with harassment from the fucking government. I don't have time to be questioned at the airport for 24 hours. And I don't have fucking time to just fucking deal with all the bullshit. You know, I don't have time. Okay? I don't have time to go to Iran, then come back and whatever. But you're saying it's not good optics. I don't give a fuck about optics. The harassment is fucking annoying. It's annoying. It's annoying. Okay? And we have our National Congress coming up soon, and I have to focus on that. I mean, that's simple as that. But optics, I don't give a fuck about this LARPing, American patriotic LARP. Who buys into that? Old people do. Who from our generation gives a fuck? Nick Fuentes, a little teacher's pet. Nick Fuentes, this fucking guy with the bow tie in class who's a teacher's pet, sits right next to the fucking teacher. Teacher, that's Nick Fuentes. He's a teacher's pet. He wears a bow tie. Who in our generation gives a shit? Normies. No! Old people. Do not fucking tell me normies give a fuck about American patriotic LARP when it's old people. You're talking about old people. Get it right. It's a generational thing. It's got nothing to do with being a normie or not. It's got everything to do with being a fucking old head. Which is fine. You can be old. Don't impose your prejudices and biases on me, though, because I don't have them. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't care about this LARP, normies. Just because old doesn't mean you're a normie. You know the septum piercing blue hair girl in her early 20s or 20s? I think they're in their mid 20s now. She's also a normie. Did you know that? You know that the goth girl who works at Wendy's, who's 25 years old or so with blue hair and a septum piercing? She's a normie. That's a normie. Okay? Some guy who's 45 years old and wears a suit and says, I believe in firm handshakes and I believe in doing things the right way. That's not a fucking normie. That's a guy with a stick up his fucking ass who's angry at the fucking world because of the iPhone. That's not a normie at all. A normie is a little bit countercultural. A normie is a little bit cool. Normies have dreads. They have afros. Normies listen to crazy ass music. That's a normie. Normies are our generation, okay? Like, you want to talk about the lingo from the internet, normie versus incel, normie versus whatever. Like, a normie was just a normal fucking person. Like, people have this retarded... It's just like an age... You're just assuming everyone's 50 years old. People thought our culture war stuff was about 50-year-olds versus 20-year-olds. No, it was about, can you have some thick fucking skin and take a joke and relax a little bit? Can you relax a little bit and take a joke, okay? It's not about... I don't know. But look, you know, I can say that I saw Alex Jones in SNEAKO recently, actually, and Alex Jones was going hard. He's like screaming about Islam and stuff. And SNEAKO is trying to keep up with it, but you know, I wonder if Alex Jones. You know what I'm gonna say? I wonder if Alex Jones feels a little bad. That's what I would say. I wonder if Alex Jones feels a little bad because what if he knew there was fans of him that were Muslim like me, and he hates us just because we're Muslim? And it doesn't that make you feel bad? Because you know sometimes when I'm a little racist, when I say something anti-Semitic, or if I say something about Indians or something, and then when I say there's a fan of me who supports me who's Jewish or who's Indian, that I actually start feeling bad, and I'm like, I'm literally a fucking asshole for that. And that's the type of shit that actually keeps me in line. The truth is, the only thing that makes me not bigoted is the fact that there's people in my community who come from these backgrounds. Otherwise, I don't give a fuck about shit, right? I have conditional what do you call it? Non-problematicness. It's conditional. Like, if people in my community come from these backgrounds and support me, then I'll be like, okay, I'm not going to generalize your group that you come from and attack you because those are my people too, right? So I wonder if Alex Jones will feel the same way if he knows people like me who are fans of him and we're Muslim. I mean, he hates us because of that. You know, he can't get over it. Why? What's the issue? Just get over it. You know, I saw Alex Jones say something. I'm seeing this new theme from the Nick Fuentes, from Alex Jones, from others. And they're saying something like, we know what your plans are with the Quran. Islam is going to take over. This. I understand. I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of a regular American. Because I've learned, I guess a lot of Americans are very uneasy about the Islam thing. And what I have to say is, look, guys, don't worry. There's no unity among Muslims. What's the issue? There's no Muslim unity. Shias and Sunnis. I feel like the solution to the hate toward Islam is just learning about Shias versus Sunnis. Learn about how Muslims are fighting each other, killing each other. Learn about how they're disunited. Learn about how Muslims are not on the same page with each other. Learn about how there's conflicts inside of Islam. When you realize there's a conflict inside of Islam, then it makes people less scared and there's a big Sharia law coming. It's like, no, don't worry. The big intense fight is inside of Islam. It's not Islam versus the infidels or whatever. It's inside of Islam, right? You know, Desk Mouse, go fuck yourself, man. 11-month subscriber, you're saying this shit. Joined July 11, 2023. Bro, get out of here. You can't say that shit. Fuck out of here with that shit. I'm not going to tolerate that. Imagine somebody saying that about Jesus in my chat. You can't say that about anything sacred or holy. Period. Can't say that about Moses. Can't say it about Jesus. Nothing. But I don't know why people act the fuck up like this. It's so fucking stupid. People haven't, you know, the more I see people have an issue with Islam, the more I'm become convinced you just want to convert. Alex Jones, I saw his big rant against Islam with SNEAKO. Let's see it.
It's the Islamic law. You just said, SNEAKO, when I said it's Islamic law, that I'm wrong. It's bullshit.
Okay, you want a war? You want a crusade? Now
You.
our country is dominated.
All right, let's.
Oh, don't worry.
Our country is.
All right, let's. Let me show you this shit from Alex Jones, and I want to respond to it. I'm gonna have an opportunity to respond to it.
Dominated by Jewish
Christian. I'm a Christian American nationalist, and white people are demonized by the left, by the Red Green Alliance, by Israel and everybody, and I'm sick of it. White people are 7% of the world population. Anglo-Saxons are like 2%.
There's no point in just preaching.
I am sick of being run over.
Okay.
And everybody that's declared war on us, I'm saying, okay, then.
You think I declared war on you?
And you want to declare
You think
war?
I declared war?
I don't care if you're Israel. I don't care if you're a Muslim. I don't care if you're a Chi-Com. I don't care who you are.
Well,
you want to fight? You fucking got one.
Okay, so your
fucking games are over.
And there's genuinely across the country, there's 45-year-old dudes sitting at home, like genuine working class white people sitting at home, and they hear this and they're going, hell yeah. They're like, it's cathartic to them. I feel it. I feel the people of this country. I feel everything. Trust me. I feel the mood and the emotions of this country. And I know for a fact there's a lot of people who feel it as Alex Jones does.
You want a war? You want a crusade? Now
don't worry. You're gonna get one, pal.
You're gonna okay. Then well done. You just played into the hands of the Jewish supremacists controlling our country.
It ain't gonna
well
be.
done.
No.
That's what Elon Musk wants you to do.
It's gonna be cultural, so you can sit over there and fuck your daughters, and you can sit over there and marry fucking 7-year-olds, and you can sit over there and fuck little boys.
You're chipping out.
We want your shit out of here.
The predominant pedophile demographic in Europe. I told you was white
bullshit.
guys. It's not.
500,000 girls groomed by the Islamics.
250,000 was the estimated number. You just doubled it, and that's completely conflated.
It's 500,000 now. They had it in Parliament. And here's the other thing.
500,000 estimated. You can look at the report.
We know Keir Starmer protected them. We know the British leadership are a bunch of pedophiles. I exposed that 30.
Well, that's true, actually. I mean, anyway, well, look, Alex and all those who feel as Alex feels, I know there's many actually in America. I can feel it myself. No, and I can't say it's just Zionism. Don't say it's just a Zog Zionist psyop, because they feel this way genuinely. It's a genuine, just in the same way people feel about Jews, they feel this way about Muslims. They do, actually. They just feel that way. So my response basically is, for Alex and those who are angry and upset about Islam in this way, that I see you're upset, I think you have a lingering doubt within you. There's a missingness, an incompleteness within you, which only Islam probably can fulfill. I think Alex Jones longs for Islam. He needs Islam. Midnight, what's up? Because listen, when someone is angry, there's an ontological dimension to their anger. It means they're angry at being itself. They're angry at the fact that there's this force in the world that can unify people in this way, that represents this strong inertia, this toughness, this completeness, this community that's just solid. And it's not solid based on being an ideal. It's like this force, you know? And I think that there's something about that you're scared of, because it's a dimension of your own humanity that you haven't come to terms with. There's something about Islam that reflects back onto you things about your own human nature that you have repressed and have put to the side, and you're confused about them. Alex Jones is a repressed Muslim. These people are Muslims. If you're scared of Islam this way, whatever fear you have of Islam is because you are a Muslim, and you're scared to confront this Muslimness inside of you. Because you're not exposed to that. Because Islam is not a tribe. It's not a sect. It's not a creed. It's not an ethnicity. It's not a race. It's not a peculiar doctrine or belief. Islam represents a part of what humanity is. Everyone is kind of a Muslim in their own way. Just like I would say everyone's a Christian. See, Muslims who have a chip on their shoulder about Christians, I would say you have some repressed Christianity. You know, you have something inside of you which is afraid of confronting the truth that is in Christianity, right? So if you have a problem with Islam in this way, I would say it's because You cannot confront your own Muslim shadow. You're a Muslim yourself. You're just afraid of your own shadow. You're afraid of your own Muslim shadow. Because Islam, the thing that it scares people about, it's like, because they know something about it is true and it bothers them. I hate to be the one to say it, but that's all I can detect from this. And I know people are not fans of Arabic culture, per se. They don't want to wear the dress or whatever and ride a camel or something. But that just comes from the Gulf countries, you know? That's Saudis, that's the Gulf, that's the petrodollar. You know, in this country, America, almost every educated person who's educated prides themselves on knowing the truth. Oh, well, actually, the truth about Islam is that the U.S. became entangled with the Saudis and supported the Wahhabis. Every single, it's like, you know who the archetype for the educated person is? It's John Kiriakou, right? Who knows the truth somehow. But for Americans that are uneducated and they're ignorant, they have a knee-jerk reaction to Islam. Now, you'd say, well, the solution is education. I don't agree with that. I take feelings very seriously. I take knee-jerk reactions very seriously because they're authentic to me. You can use education to delude yourself about anything, right? And so what I would say is that you need to come to terms with your own Islam inside of you. You know, you need to come to terms with your own Muslim shadow. You need to make peace with that somehow. Regarding foreign cultures, Arab culture, and all that kind of stuff, I'm against imposing languages and cultures on any nation. I don't think that. I don't like that. I don't like if you go to a small community of people who have been here for a long time, and you start trying to alienate them with cultures they're not familiar with in any kind of way. I think that's absolutely wrong. I think even in Turkey, they don't like when Syrian refugees do that. Look how close Turkey and Syria are culturally. Yet Turks they've had it up to here with Syrian refugees who are just a little bit different from them coming into Turkey and speaking Arabic and imposing their kind of culture and stuff, right? And so whether it's America or whether it's Europe, I, of course, think it's wrong to alienate people, to have no respect for people's local customs, local mores, local ways of life. There's definitely a lumpen element to that. There's a level of disrespect. There's absolutely the truth that in England, I'm sure elsewhere, correct me if I'm wrong, these gangs are real, right? That have been grooming young girls and doing horrific things to them. That's a real thing. These are lumpen, disgusting criminals who are doing this. And I think those people should be shot and killed by the law, executed, kill them. Literally just fucking kill them, execute them by the law, legally, right? Yeah, the number is fake, the 200. I know, but there's a story that I read. It was a real story. It was shocking, you know. And then in America, see, the thing is, people need to separate religion and culture, okay? Islam is not the same thing as a foreign culture. We have a culture in America for sure. I mean, is it okay to go to a small town in Texas and just start blasting languages and music that people are not familiar with at all and then force it on people? Absolutely fucking not. I'm against that 100%. But I think that's also the Muslim way. I think the real Islam doesn't say go and antagonize and alienate people. Real Islam says go to people and have a dialogue, have a mutual understanding where you respect them. Hopefully they respect you, of course. And there can be mutual understanding, not force, not imposing, right? And that's what I believe, you know, and it's fascinating that people associate Islam with this power to completely destroy people's ways of life and habits and culture and alienate them in this way. I think people are very alienated by Islam, very alienated. something about it's very alienating, but that's also simultaneously the thing that's why it's true. It's alienating because it's a part of yourself you're alienated from, I think, But in any case, there's a certain arrogance that many Muslims have, religious ones, where they believe that they can disregard and stomp on people's local customs and cultures because they have the universal truth Islam. So if you have the universal truth Islam, then all these small people, these small folk in their small towns, they can be trampled on. Oh, your customs are nothing. Your tradition is nothing. Your cultures are nothing. I have the universal truth, so your shit doesn't matter at all. And I mean, I hate to say it, but that comes from the Saudis. That comes from the Wahhabis. That comes from the people who had all the oil money to standardize Islam across the world. The way real Islam spread in the world, you may not believe this, but I'll educate you about something. Islam did not spread around the world by force. Islam spread because Sufi missionaries would go to villages and they would be good to people, and people would like them, and they would do good things for people, and the things that they would say would resonate with people, and eventually these Sufi mystics would win people over to the idea of Islam. They'd win people over, not because they're forcing it, but because people were picking up what they were putting down. You can't force people to be a religion. It just doesn't work. Even in the Balkans, it was the same thing. In Albania, for example, that's a center of Bektashi Sufism. Sufism proliferated in the Balkans, right? It's true for North Africa. It's true for Persia. It's true for Central Asia. It's true for China, by the way. What the Sufis would do, by the way, is they would syncretize Islam with local cultures and customs. So you can visit China today. You can go see the Hui Muslims. The Hui Muslims are Chinese. They're absolutely Sinified version of Islam. Their mosques look like Chinese style architecture. They're very Chinese, rich in Chinese culture, but they're Muslims. They've adapted Islam to a different context. You go to Indonesia, it's the same way. You go to a lot of places in India or Pakistan, for that matter, it's the same way. Only recently did we have this flat, standardized version of it that came from the Saudis. And I'm not saying Muslims are perfect or Islam is perfect. Islam the battle is within Islam, It's always been within Islam. That's why you have the Shia-Sunni split, the Shia-Sunni fitna, right? What is that about? You should study what that's about and then come back, because Islam has its own internal contradictions. And if you're so interested in the topic, then learn about it. But in any case, I have a message to people like Alex Jones. I have a message to others. Your war against Islam is in vain. Islam isn't going anywhere. Islam has been here for 1,400 years. And even if it wasn't here 1,400 years ago, some equivalent would arise. Why? Because universalistic monotheism is inherent to humanity under one form or another. You're fighting against nature. You're fighting against your own humanity. You're fighting against existence. You're fighting against being. It's a cause in vain. You can talk about all these crusades and whatever you want. You can talk about exterminating and killing as many people as you want. It's a vain cause. You can't kill something that's ontological. You just can't. You want Muslim immigrants out of America? Well, it's called having priorities. Maybe that's what I would say. It's called having priorities, It's called having priorities. Have some priorities in order. Maybe that's the best advice I could give you. Have some priorities in order. I don't know what's so triggering about Islam to people like Alex Jones. It kind of breaks my heart as someone who's been a fan in the past of Alex Jones. Why this hostility? I don't know. Maybe he doesn't have me in mind. Maybe he doesn't have the Shia in mind. Maybe he has only Sunnis in mind, right? Although he did attack Shias actually in this clip, so you know what? It seems like he just hates all of us. Well, I won't take it personally, but it does hurt my feelings a little bit. But how else can someone like Alex Jones be positive about Islam when you think about it? Like, what can he do? What is he going to do? Put some glasses on and be like, actually, I've studied, and it's not part of his character. It's not part of his MO. So, all he could either look. The truth is, Alex Jones has two choices. He could do this, or he could just convert to Islam and wear a hat or something and be a Muslim. He would never settle for this, like, put some glasses on and be educated about the topic type of thing. It's not in his personality. It's not part of his character. He should get into it through Farrakhan. Yeah, I mean, that's the American Islam right now we have. It's through the Nation of Islam, actually. Americans like bacon too much. Well, I think I want to say something that a lot of people it's going to go over their heads. Just like there's a Jewish question in the West, there's a Muslim question too. And I hate to say it, but I'm just going to tell you the truth. The truth is, the West never had a Muslim question because there was never any Muslims in the West because they were banned. Meaning, historically, in Western countries, Jews were actually begrudgingly tolerated. Muslims were not at all allowed. Why? Because Jews came before Christianity. So Christians could basically say to the Jews, yeah, you're just like our younger, you're just like less mature than us. You came before. But Islam came after. And it wasn't tolerated. You know what else wasn't tolerated in the West? Other sects of Christianity. So for 30 years, or what is it, 100 years, or was it just a 30-year war? They had wars between the Catholics and the Protestants. And European enlightened secularism, which started opening the minds of Europeans to Islam, like the founding fathers and whatever, that was because for like 100 years, Protestants and Catholics were killing each other. Because in the West, only one version of Christianity was allowed to exist. The rest were heretics. So the Cathars were killed. Orthodoxy, they went to Constantinople, slaughtered the Orthodox. During the Crusades, they went and slaughtered the Orthodox Christians during the Crusades to destroy those churches and their influence. And so you put all the pieces together, and the West needs to understand something. When Alex Jones says, I'm a Christian and this and that, Islam, for all intents and purposes, is, let's call it, a different version of Christianity. That's historically what it was understood as. It was a heretical offshoot of Christianity, according to Christians historically. And the Protestant Reformation was considered just as heretical, just as evil, if not more, than Islam. The Counter-Reformation considered the Protestant heresies just as dangerous, if not more, than Islam itself. There's a German song from the Middle Ages, not Middle Ages, from the early modern period. The German song is called The Pope and the Sultan. Papst und Sultan, something like that, right? And these German Protestants are singing about how now the Pope and the Sultan of Turkey, it's like the same thing now. Because the Catholics, in some sense, considered the Protestants more of a threat than they did the Turks. Because at least the Muslims don't claim to be whatever Christian, and they're just doing their own thing over there. But the Protestants are undermining the... But that's why there was a conflict between Islam and Christianity, if there ever was. You don't have a conflict between different things that have nothing to do with each other. The only time you have a feud and a conflict is when there's something going on there where you're fighting over the same thing, right? And So, I would just say that basically, I mean, this is when the West started learning about Islam in the 70s or 80s or 90s, thanks, to the Zionists pushing that issue because of Israel. A lot of that's a big part of it, but that's not the only part. You have to come to terms with an aspect of human civilization that was forgotten about for a long time. You got to make peace with whatever you got to make peace with. But I'll say that the Muslim world is very fucked up inside internally. A lot of problems. I'll say that Islam is not in a good state worldwide right now. Look at the Palestinian conflict. Nobody cared about Palestine except the Iranians and their allies, right? Hegel was so right about a lot of things. He was so right about like Protestantism being this like final form of religion. The Protestant sun, called it like the dawn of the sun. It's like there's something so incredible about Protestantism, actually. Let me propose something. Is it true that Protestantism was really just the mass adoption of Gnosticism? Some version of Gnosticism. The esoteric becoming the exoteric. That's the sun for Hegel. That's what Protestantism was. But wasn't that just all of these mystical lineages that are dating for centuries and centuries finally becoming mass phenomena? And so you see Protestantism and the printing press, which is what allowed that to proliferate for the common man. That's why Protestantism is so beautiful and based. Protestantism is beautiful and it's based because that's when the esoteric finally became exoteric. Same thing was going on in the Middle East with the rise of the Kizilbash. Same exact thing. All these mystical, occult, esoteric lineages, which for so long were reserved for the educated. Who wants to know about history? I love teaching about history, right? Because then you can enjoy my song better. If you know what my song is about, you can enjoy it better. So, I want to teach you some history. Some history, if you will. Right? Okay, so the post-Timurid landscape is when we see an explosion across the world, in Europe and in the Muslim world, of the esoteric finally becoming exoteric, right? And that is a consequence of this thing that I called before Mongol modernity. The Mongols consolidated the modern world as we know it, right? But the Mongols were not really eschatologically accounted for by any religion. I know that the Muslims have theories and stuff about Gog and Magog, but in any case, I won't get into that. So the Mongols represent the last real nomadic, let's call it the last real world revolution, was the Mongol Revolution. But the Mongols did not actually bring with them a universalizing religion. The Mongols were Buddhists, okay? Every single time these nomadic revolutions sweep the world, they bring with them a world historical religion. So Cyrus the Great, who comes from the Parthians, right? If I'm correct. Parthia. Parsis. The rise of Persia or Parsis was, just like Genghis Khan, it was a nomadic revolution of nomadic barbarians sweeping the world, right? And the Achaemenids, throughout the whole world, spread a religion. They call it Zoroastrianism. It was a kind of dualistic religion. You could say it's monotheistic, but it was universalistic. So Moses did the same, but every time this happened in the world, even in Egypt it happened. There was a monotheistic sun religion. I forget what it was called. Every time this happened in the world, there was a universalistic faith. But the Mongols, there was a vacuum. That faith, there was none, right? So you could say that is a good context for new forms of world religion to just start emerging. But the world religions that were emerging in the post-Mongol centuries that came after the Mongols were mainly being cultivated by educated people, right? And people that could read and write and had books and stuff, right? Which is not the layman. Shokyu. I kind of want to finish what I'm talking about, whatever. What? Hello!
Haas. Do you believe that all roads lead to Babylon?
No.
Okay, but like the Anunnakis though, like the all the ancient bloodlines, they all lead back to the Illuminati.
Norwegian added 50 to the war chest. Greetings from your Norwegian lobby.
Norwegian, thank you so much. What a wonderful thing to share. Let me continue my history lesson because it's actually quite important and quite cool and quite based, actually. So you have this explosion of the esoteric onto the exoteric for a number of reasons, but a lot of people don't know the story of the Kizilbash, so I'll repeat it once again. In Europe, the invention of the printing press contributed to the rise of Protestantism and the Protestant Reformation. And by the way, what do the Safavi Sufis and the Protestants in Europe have in common? Well, Gnosticism, the thing that Professor Jong talks about. That's a very vague word, Gnosticism, but I'll talk about what Gnosticism actually means and refers to, right? But they both had that lineage in common, actually. It's very fascinating. But the Iranian, let's call it the Iranian Protestant Reformation that was never able to actually take off, how it actually emerged is that the Safavi Sufi order was an educated Sufi order of people that were studying and writing and whatever you want to call it. But they became intentionally integrated with society economically. So they built dual power. They started becoming an economic force, like a corporation, if you will. They started selling
You're gonna
textiles.
Get one, pal.
I'm talking about the
We love our Somalis. We love our Muslims too.
Anyway, that was just the video that was playing. I didn't know about it, but SNEAKO and Alex Jones video. But where was I? Yeah, the Safavids became like the ACP basically. They built a party enterprise, and that eventually made them a very powerful and influential force, which had them run into conflict with some of the local warlords and leaders that were running around in Persia at the time, which was fragmented. And so they became militant and took up arms out of self-defense because of that. But the crucial factor was the Safavi order started evangelizing among Turkmen nomads. So these educated people started going and traveling around eastern Anatolia and western Iran, northwestern Iran, and they were evangelizing to Turkmen nomads. And eventually they formed a relationship, which was both economic, spiritual, and political, that led to the creation of the Kizilbash. The Kizilbash were a confederation of Turkmen tribes that joined the leadership of the Safavi order. And that's where Iran comes from, Safavid Iran. So that was how the esoteric became exoteric. And something similar happened in Europe without the nomadic element, of course, but the printing press through technology. But Gnosticism is the common factor. And I would say that what we can call Gnosticism is something very loose and very broad, but the Gnostic tradition has very, very deep roots before the even to Plato's time. And ultimately, look, I'm gonna cook a little bit, and I'm gonna leave you with some hints. The origin of Gnosticism that we can trace, it comes from the Zoroastrians. It's really the Zoroastrian lineage that was erased from history. And you can say that's the real first religion, not Judaism. Everyone thinks it's Judaism. No, it's the Zoroastrians, right? But the Gnostic worldview, if you want to have a loose understanding of it, is basically based on a comprehension of the fact that there's something about, I mean, this is like a very cliche, whatever, simplified presentation of it, but that's what you're going to get right now. The Gnostics basically believe that the world as we know it is somehow false, that appearance and essence do not coincide and are not the same thing. The appearance of things and the essence of things do not coincide, right? And gnosis is the attainment of the true knowledge of reality behind the world of false appearances, right? More, it's so simple. It's such a simplification, which many will object to, but in any case, that's the essence of Gnosticism as a spiritual. Because remember, when you're calling into the world of appearances, when you're calling into doubt the world of appearances, on a metaphysical level, on an ontological level even, right? That's very powerful, more powerful than you'd think. Gnosticism, the notion that true insight and true knowledge is at odds with what is given to us immediately and instantaneously, it allows mankind to finally have insight into an aspect inside of being, which is, it's almost like quantum. You have to think in terms of quantum wave oscillations to understand. The real reality is not the one in front of us. There's no unbroken chain of continuity in front of us that we can defer to. There's some specific relationship we have to this crazy world of quantum oscillations that is decisive, that agonizingly imposes upon us a unique responsibility to make, in some sense, the reality we live in. Not simply inherit it, but actively relate to it, right? And make it. And there's this relationship of absoluteness between the activity of man and being. There's an absoluteness there. There's an irreducible absolute point at which you attain truth. You cannot defer to other people. You can't defer to an institution. You can't defer to sensibility. You can't defer to someone else you know. It's on you. It's like Lenin in his April thesis. What the fuck could Lenin do to justify that? I mean, based on deferring to something. Nothing. Lenin was there, right? He achieved parity between the act and being. An act is not a voluntary act. It's this relationship to the world that imposes upon you the necessity to really be what it is. And so mankind is in this kind of slumber where they defer to authorities, to appearances, and so on, and they lack this relationship to the thing, right? And the beautiful thing about the Protestant Reformation, in a way, was that what Hegel called the sun, the rise of the sun, he compared it to that, right? Luther and so on. It's like that's what it was. Even if it took the form of Christianity, it was basically saying, this truth of Christianity is here. It's already here. It's in our hearts, it's in front of us, but it's in the now, in an infinitesimal now. Right? We already have it. You understand? There's something very beautiful and powerful about that. And people hate how destructive Protestantism was. Well, Protestantism, it's like, yes, it was very, there are things about Catholicism that accumulated wisdom. And in many Protestant currents, that was just annihilated and destroyed. But everything had to be set on a new basis, in my view. And that is the truth of the early modern period, the world we live in. I used to think Hegel was talking about Protestantism. No. Hegel's talking about something much scarier than Protestantism. Hegel is talking about some kind of culmination of the Hermetic tradition. He's talking about something esoteric becoming exoteric. And Protestantism is the most powerful version of that because it literally took the authority of the church, the Roman church and Christianity. This was the authority, right? And it made that palpable to people in a really direct way. Like, the authority is with you. You have it. You're a part of it. It's not something, whatever, out there. And what does it mean, you have it and it's within you? It means the absolute truth. The absolute truth has to be confronted. And you have to take responsibility for what that is. And this dimension of the absolute, that's the Islam that you should take seriously. Not the Islam of the tradition, not the Islam of the jurisprudential, not the Islam of the culture, you can take that seriously for sure, but the Islam I'm interested in is the Islam of the absolute encounter, the absolute. The prophet of Islam is an orphan. He don't even have a mom and dad, okay? He's by himself. dealing with the revelation directly by himself. He's an orphan, okay? So you need to understand, what does it mean to have an absolute encounter, right? And I think Protestantism, Gnosticism, and the unique evolution of Islam culminating in the post-Timurid period, these are the things. I said this before, if I had to have a religion that's formally, if Muslims don't like me calling myself a Muslim, I would say I resonate with the COSMISM. COSMISM. Honestly, if you're a communist, if you're a Marxist-Leninist, your religion is COSMISM. And you don't even know what your religion is, but it's COSMISM. COSMISM is esoteric Marxism-Leninism. Watch any Chinese movie that's backed by the Chinese state right now, whether it's The Wandering Earth or this newer one, Ad Astra or something what it's called. It's all cosmist. It's all about space. It's all about science fiction. It's all about futurism. But it's not just boring science fiction. It's spiritual. It's an understanding of how the spirit returns through the modern. This also has a Gnostic pattern to it, if I have to be honest, right? Cosmism is the religious, mystical, spiritual orientation that has always been an undercurrent of Marxism-Leninism. You know, you go travel and visit Russia today, or former Soviet space, and look at Stalin-era architecture, the birthday cake architecture. Then look at how it layers every single era of history. A classical, on the bottom, it's Egyptian obelisks, okay? You go up, Greeks, Romans, it's going all the way through all of Europe's history. That's cosmist. That's an integral totality. That's saying the all, right? There's something profoundly mystical about that. To amalgamate all of this, right, into one thing. And Cosmism has been this undercurrent in even under, not just, people think Cosmism, they think of the cosmonaut shit under Khrushchev. No, that was Khrushchev. The Stalin era was the spiritual depth and profundity. That was, and Khrushchev is just the windfall. Khrushchev took the windfall of it, right? It's not about interstellar travel. That's actually a metaphor, okay? It's about how, okay, who wants to hear the religious nature of Cosmism? Ones if you want to hear about it. If you wanted me to simplify, the basic religious and mystical dimension of Marxism-Leninism as Cosmism. The basic idea is that in the secular modernity, which is absolutely disenchanted and sanitized of the metaphysical, not in the sense of, you know, the opposite of dialectics, but a notion of being an ontology that inheres meaningfulness, right? You begin at the bottom with Earth, with the materialism, right? Where we focus on only what falls within the realm of our practically and scientifically cognizable activity. So that's in the axis mundi. Every worldview has an axis mundi. Ancient people represented the axis mundi as a tree. So you have a tree. On top of the tree, there's eagles and nice animals and stuff. On the bottom of the tree, it's snakes. And then you go even underground, and there's all these despicable... That's hell, basically, right? So that's the axis mundi. Every ontology, every worldview projects an axis mundi, right? So the most obvious axis mundi you're familiar with is from religion. So heaven, hell, and then earth, okay? Well, Marxism-Leninism also has an axis mundi. And basically the axis mundi within the Marxism-Leninism, Cosmism, regards the ground level to be our bourgeois scientific modernity, so to speak. But through the unleashing of the productive forces, right? Through the actual going through it. Only way out is through, right? Through getting through it, eventually you ascend. And the mind, the gnosis, is achieved when the mind is opened up once again to the cosmos. For all that, unleashing the productive forces, going through what we call scientific modernity, ruthlessly, without flinching, right? We are brought back to the dimension of the cosmos, the cosmic order, the sacred, which is above, right? The stars. And communism, Marxism-Leninism, the secret, the esoterica, it regards communism to be there. But we achieve the communism, we go up. We start from here and we build our way up. So the Russian cosmism, it's the most simple, esoteric form of Russian Orthodox Christianity. Why? Because Russian Orthodox Christianity is about walking in the footsteps of God. So Russian Orthodox Christianity on a metaphysical, theological level is about walking upwards, 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 and achieving some kind of sameness with God, right? And Marxism-Leninism in the Russian tradition developed and comprehended an axis mundi where communism was the heavens, the literal heavens, the stars, right? And here we are on earth, and we go upwards. We are walking in the light of the communism. We will achieve the communism when we ascend upward, right? We start here in our scientific modernity, and we work upwards and open ourselves once again to the dimension of the metaphysical, right? The Chinese took this from the Soviets and comprehended it in terms of their classical kind of, I don't want to call it Confucian, but it's definitely a Chinese tradition of the heaven-human resonance, right? Where the nature, there's the macrocosm and the microcosm, right? And harmony between these two is communism. That's their comprehension of the harmony, right? But this has always been the esoteric current of Marxism-Leninist cosmism. It's not literally about space travel. You're taking it too literally if you understand it that way. It's about the comprehension that when we unleash the productive forces, when we accelerate the productive forces or whatever, that's how humanity returns back, is won back to itself. Capitalism crushes the spiritual, the profound, the artistic dimension of mankind. The communists say, we walk toward regaining that somehow, thing we lost, the spark we've lost, when we unleash the productive forces, when we forward without hesitation. And this is what, yes, aligns man with the cosmos. Ones if that was insightful for you. Great.
They're coming soon. Don't wait for me. They're coming soon. Don't wait for me. They're coming soon. Don't wait for me. Start of the years I had given away to a day that never came. All of the mornings I barely remembered, all of the evenings the same. I had lived as though the real life was hidden somewhere farther on, as though this world were only a shadow of another one. All that time I was waiting for the world to begin. while the stars kept returning to where they had always been. There comes a time I was waiting for the wait to begin, for a better while the tide came and went and came back again. One red star lingered alone in the distance, and the night opened wider quietly. I watched till the sea and the sky were one color, till nothing could tell where the water withdrew. Only the clouds passing the wind and leaving it clear. And then the strangest thought that maybe the distance had never been real. How far it could wander before it was seen. Let it be, let it be, let it be, just let it be. Maybe the world was never asleep, never closed, never late. And I knew I could stop waiting without knowing what came next. All that time I was waiting for the world to begin, while the stars kept their courses and slowly turned again. I'm certain for some higher sign, while the night kept opening slowly, 1 hour at a time. And somehow I was no longer waiting for one. The air turned cool, the roofs went silver, the horizon cleared one. One by one the stars grew faint without saying goodbye, and I watched the oldest light leave the morning sky. I had imagined there would be some great feeling when I finally let it go. A sudden freedom and sound in the heavens, something I would know. Now when evening settles on the coast, I stay till the lights come on.